There was a video. I'll try and find it and I'll put it in the comments. But there's a video of a bicycle that some engineers had designed. So when you turned the bicycle handle to the right, the wheel turned to the left. So basically, this newly engineered bicycle steered in the opposite way of the bike that you're used to. And a lot of people would believe they could get on that bike and make a quick go of it and learn how to do it. And there was a man who lectured across the United States, I believe, and maybe even across Europe. And he would bring the bike onto the stage and challenge anybody to try and ride it, just knowing that it was the opposite of how we ride bikes. Basically, if we turn the handle of a bicycle to, say, the left, it'll go to the left. And this was the opposite. And what he was trying to prove to people is this is the way our brain works. We get very used to one way of thinking, one way of doing things, one way of navigating life. And it can be good or it can be not so good, this way that we navigate life. And what you'll see today is that most people, unfortunately, not to any fault of their own, is that they are navigating life, I would say, in a way that's going to cause them a lot of pain. Now, social engineering is something that is done on our society on purpose every single day. And the people who are at the top, who are organizing the social engineering, they maintain their power by destroying your power. And you would catch on if they were to show up and sort of force you by their own hand, like hiring some goons to make you do things that are detrimental to your future. You would notice that. You would notice if someone showed up and manhandled you in a way where your life got worse. So what they do is they use brainwashing and propaganda, mind control, and social engineering so that you do it to yourself. And a lot of the brainwashing and propaganda is based on repetitive content that we download, and we believe it's normal. It becomes normalized in our lives. A lot of people are, taking up this repetitive content and leading lives that aren't productive. But that repetitive content, which is proven to program our behavior, is not there by accident. It's not there by chance. It's purposely orchestrated throughout your movies, your TV shows, your print media like your newspapers, and your radio media. And it's everywhere. It's like trying to ask a fish what water is. The fish might not understand the question. Even though water surrounds the fish at all time, the fish might not even understand the concept of water. So asking someone to pick out this programming that surrounds them, that gives them this negative content every day, drinking alcohol, drinking coffee, watching TV, working jobs you don't like, basically being bored in your life and using sort of drugs or cigarettes or, again, alcohol or coffee or the TV to decorate your empty life. This is the equivalent of that man with the bike. We think it's normal. And then when we come across something that's different, where we have happiness, we have an empowering life, we work for ourselves, or we consider working for ourselves instead of working that job we don't enjoy and having international crime syndicates steal half our money and call it taxes. All this sort of negative programming surrounds us like water surrounds the fish. And then basically, if we come across something different, it becomes like that bike. And if I'll try and find that video, I'm sure it's pretty easy to find. And it's a YouTube video. It's not banned or anything. And when we come across something good, when we're conditioned to live like a really shitty, unfulfilling, empty, dark, rotting, and meaningless life, we can reject it because we don't know how to ride the bike. All we know is how to ride the regular bike. So we fall on the new bike, even though if we would master the new bike, things would be great. We're really not interested in putting that much sort of failure into a project before we get underway. And this man who took this bike across the world, I think, and going to auditoriums and challenging people to ride the bike, and then sort of equating it to how our brain works. He learned how to ride the bike properly. And what was even more alarming is that when that man, and he filmed it, the man who did this filmed it after he learned to ride the inverted bicycle, where turning left turned the wheel right and vice versa. He filmed himself trying to ride the regular bike, and guess what? He couldn't ride the regular bike. People were laughing at him. He kept falling over. He rented a bike somewhere in the EU, and people were flabbergasted that he didn't know how to ride the regular bike. And what that really means is that our brains can get used to anything. And that's what I'm like. I've taught myself how to be an entrepreneur, how to not drink coffee, how to not drink alcohol, how to limit my caffeine intake, how to get to bed on time, how to generate money for myself. I don't watch TV. If I do watch a movie, I'll analyze it for mind control and write an article on it. I don't watch them for entertainment. And then if you ask me to go and drink and party and get a job instead of working for myself, I'm just like that guy with the inverted bike. I can't do it. I don't know how to do it. And we could teach our children, of course, the best way to start, where it would be really awkward for them to go back to something that's unsatisfying and empty and meaningless. But in our society, that's not how the society is run. So you're going to have to do it. You're going to have to organize your escape from all the negative imprints that the media and the government place into your subconscious. And you're going to have to organize your escape yourself, because they're always going to teach you things that will be repetitive, that always knock you down in the dirt. And then when something good comes along, you'll reject it, which is exactly their plan. If you want to learn more tricks that the ruling elite sort of organized for the slave class, get on my email list. Email me at info@jchristoff.com. This is Jason Christoff. Thank you for listening. Have a great day.